Let's talk about why someone would date a person that they hate their race or they don't really care for that person, period. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist and I've been counseling people for many years now, both victims and perpetrators of abuse for several years. In light of recent events that have happened, and you guys know by now that I don't like to name names of people, but in light of recent events that have happened, there was a situation where, I don't know the couple or anything like that. I'm just sort of outlining what I've heard from the outlets, where a woman was dating a man, black woman dating a man, and it turns out that, there was some exposure that he does not like black women. And I want to have a conversation about this. I've talked about this maybe 2 or 3 years ago now on my podcast. I did an episode on, the episode is titled The Kind Narcissist. And so I wanted to kind of, maybe do a little TikTok video of it. When you have someone that is kind, they appear to be loving and appear to be infatuated with you in a relationship. However, it's the ultimate form of being hoodwinked in a relationship when this person is good for playing the long game in the relationship. This is exactly what I've been telling you about, like how people can keep their mask up and play the long game, and you not even know who they are for the longest time until something happens, you discover some information, or that mask slips. But typically, the kind narcissist, the person or a vulnerable person is like, they show up, they, publicly out facing to society, they tell people that they love you and, this and that and the other. And so when the camera's on, you guys are the perfect couple. But one thing's for sure with people like this, they typically have a double life, sometimes even a triple or a quadruple life, meaning like several different people know different sides of them. So there's someone out there that may know a truer, more toxic side of them than you do. But most of you guys don't know each other, or people will know this person but keep this person's secrets. So a good example of this would be if you're dating a guy and he takes you to meet his family, and his family may be like towards you, and you may think, oh, they don't really like me, or or they could sort of play it normal, but the family has seen this all before. So the family may be used to seeing a different woman every week or very, very frequently. So they're not really going to get attached to you. They're not necessarily trying to form a relationship or a connection with you, because women it's like a revolving door of women, or they know how this person feels about you already, or what they're doing in the dark already. So it's like, but they may either not like you that much, sort of not take an interest in having a real relationship with you, or they can play totally normal, bond and connect with you as usual while this person is still doing you dirty, because their allegiance is to that person that's doing you dirty. Not you, babe, not you. And so, and I don't mean to make light of it, but this kind of stuff happens every day, where a person not only feels betrayed by their significant other, but by their significant other's family, because the family knew good and damn well that whole time that that person is living that double, triple, quadruple life, but yet chose not to say anything about it to you and gave you no indication. So it was all a farce on all ends. But you know, the other thing with the kind narcissist is a lot of times there's weaponized incompetence. So they will often feign like they've made like a simple mistake, or they just didn't know, or they forgot, and they're going to make better efforts. They're going to be a better communicator. And, you know, the relationship is just so new to them. And, you know, and it's always something where they just sort of fall short, but they're polite. They're hospitable. They open up the doors. You guys have good connections, it seems. But meanwhile, behind your back, that person again is pulling that rug out from under you, and they're smutting you up to anybody and everybody. So they have a totally different identity. They may be going out and drinking alcohol, whereas with you, they may be a good boy, clean cut, you know, all nice mannerisms, maybe just falling short of some things in the relationship, but they seem to be making a concerted effort, or they seem to fall just short of making a concerted effort, right? So nothing ever comes to fruition. But behind your back in that double life, they may be, you know, drinking all the time, maybe a party boy, maybe an F-boy, F-girl, you know, as the young people call it. They may be engaging in risky sexual behaviors. So they may be, you know, frequenting prostitutes or sex workers, I should say that. Or, you know, they may even have a completely different person, like they may have their own family somewhere else. So they may have kids, they may have partners, they may even be married, and you've never known anything about it. These people are highly manipulative. And these people are the most dangerous types of manipulators, because they can look you in your eye and tell you that they love you, smile and be charming and make it seem like you guys have a great connection, but they're just stabbing you in the back every chance that they get. And unfortunately for many of you, you know, you don't know until it's too late, until the rug falls completely out. And it could be totally devastating. It can be totally devastating, because it's like, oh, well, I thought we were building a connection, and this person is laughing at you. This person is dehumanizing you and degrading you in front of other people. And there's usually one or more people that know the real deal that's going on with you. Meanwhile, you have no idea. This person is extremely calculating. They're very, very dangerous, because that's the true definition of a psychopath. Everything is business as usual, and you don't know who that person is until it's too late. You know, and you know, sometimes you can wake up with an STD. Sometimes you can wake up and all of your money from your account is gone, but they are the true definition of a swindler and a con man or a con woman. So my heart aches for anybody that's had to deal with that type of person, especially if you're unfortunately having to deal with it publicly. But know that this is like a growing phenomenon where women especially are being swindled by these men that have, you know, double, triple, quadruple or more lives. But meanwhile, these men seem to smile in their face. But women can certainly be guilty of it too. So I don't want to, you know, so switch the roles, vice versa. So I don't want to appear to be one-sided, but, you know, more and more women are experiencing this phenomenon in dating, in marriages and things like that, where this person is one way to them, and then they find out that person hates them. They're mocking them. They are intentionally sabotaging, dragging their feet. They can't get it together, and they just don't understand in the relationship, and they're going to try and do better, but they just fall short. And this is their first real relationship, so they just don't know. You know, all the other BS that they kind of tell you, the BS that they tell you, well, I'm sort of mocking it, they tell you that stuff because they don't want to do it. They're very intentional about it, but unfortunately you are too busy giving the benefit of the doubt and actually being a nice person and trying to make it work. and they're using that to their advantage. So they are highly skilled and highly manipulative. So let me know if you guys have had any dealings with people like this. Like, follow, and share if you've found this helpful. Be sure to share it with someone else that may benefit from learning this. Thank you so much.